Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 12, text 9. Please repeat after me. Ata chittam samadatum. Ata chittam samadatum. Sakmushi maistiram. Vyasa yogena tato. Vyasa yogena tato. Chaptum dhananjaya. Chaptum dhananjaya. Chittam samadatum. Sakmushi maistiram. Vyasa yogena tato. Chaptum dhananjaya. My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me. Text 10. If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. Text 11. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. Text 12. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, you can attain peace of mind. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So Krishna here is giving different levels of attaining peace of mind and finally attaining liberation. The lowest level is doing your duties and yet not expecting any results. In Vishnu Purana it is stated, Varnashraman Acharavata Purushena Parahuman. Sing it. You remember this sloka? No, Varnasrama Acharavata Purushena Parahuman Vishnu Aradyati Manta Nanyata Toshana Karanam. So in Vishnu Purana, it says that if you perform your duty, and according to the requirements of your body, so when we are born, we have certain requirements. These requirements can be found in your astrological chart. Of course, first requirement is whether you are man or woman. So man has got certain responsibilities, woman has got certain responsibilities. And then if you are a man, then what class of man are you? That is found in the astrological chart. Whether you are of the Brahmana class, or Kshatriya class, Vaishya class, or Sudara class. What class are you? So like that. So according to that class, you are supposed to do your duties. When you do your duty according to your class, and you do not expect any returns, then that is the best way to satisfy the Supreme Lord, Sri Vishnu. That is what in Vishnu Purana is stated. But actually, that is the lowest. And this for general public, everybody out there. So he says, I am very satisfied. Krishna says, Vishnu Bhagavan says, I am very satisfied if you just carry out your duties and do not expect any returns from your action. Then I am very satisfied with you. He says like that. But then there is a little bit higher than that. Is if you can go higher. Then he says, you do meditation. Krishna Bhagavan says, you meditate. And meditation, of course, in Kali Yuga has got lots of limitations. Actually, to tell you the truth, meditation in all Yuga got limitations. All Yuga, not like in Satya Yuga they were successful. Many of them fell down. So many munis who were mentally much more powerful than us, they fell down. The power of meditation is, as long as you meditate, you are safe. The moment you stop your meditation, you are unsafe. Okay? So those days, the munis, they meditated for maybe 10 hours, 15 hours. Okay, so they meditated for a long time, And then once they finished the meditation, quickly they went, they took their bath, they ate whatever they have ate, and quickly they went back. Next morning they got up, they went and did their morning duties, they took their bath, they ate very little bit, and quickly they went into meditation. Because they know in between meditation, the waking hours are the very dangerous time. You see, that is when, Menaka will come, that is when, all this, ladies will come, Indra will send some ladies, and then they will come, and then they get distracted, and that's it, their senses go, haywire. So the senses are in control when you are meditating, but when you are not meditating, it's just like, I don't know if you have seen this or not, you take a chicken, you put it inside one basket. After about 2 hours, you put it inside the basket. You take out the basket and see the chicken will sit there only. It won't move around immediately. For maybe 10-15 minutes. Then after that, the chicken will get up, it will ruffle its wings, and then it will start moving around. So like that only our mind. As long as you meditate, it's like inside the basket. Once you stop your meditation, for a while it will keep under control. Then slowly it will ruffle its wings. It will want to, look this, look that, and so that is the weakness of meditation. So like that. And worse still, if you take out the basket, and let's say immediately you throw some grains, the chicken will immediately pounce. You see, no more control. So in the same way, many of them like Vishwamitra, Mitra, and all, many Munis, great sages, after meditation, even while they were meditating, all they needed to hear was the sound of ankle bells. One chang, 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 immediately they wanted to open their eyes and see what's that sound. Finished and over already. It's over. They are defeated. So like that. So therefore, you can see that even in Satya Yuga, meditation was not very fantastic. Even though they say meditation is how you. Of course, Narada Muni he did meditation. Narada Rishi, they all could not fall because they were basically devotees of the Lord, so they cannot fall. Like that. So the basic requirement is you have to be a devotee of the Lord. You have to be. So like that. Then after that, of course, here Krishna says, if you can go a little higher, then you try to cultivate knowledge. Read scriptures. Read scriptures can open your eyes. Scriptures can open your eyes so that you can understand the world truly what it is. You can understand Maya. You can understand illusion. You can understand all that. If you do not read, do not acquire knowledge, then you cannot understand the world. Not only you cannot understand the world, you have another problem. You will develop your own knowledge. Misinformation. Your own mind will start to speculate, and then it will come out with all kinds of interpretation of the world. In which case, that you just fall, and you will always be taught by Maya like that. And then, of course, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna says, if you can go even higher a bit, then he says you go into Bhakti Yoga, principles of Bhakti Yoga. That is what we are learning from. That's what we are learning, because we cannot do what the first one says, what Mayeva Mana Adatsva. Mai Buddhi Nivashishyashi Mayeva Ata Urdhvam Na Samsayaha. So Krishna tells Arjuna that Mayeva Mana Adatsva. He says that put your mind on me. Focus your mind on me, Krishna says. Mayeva Mana Adatsva. Mai Buddhi Nivashya. Apply your intelligence onto me. These are two things. One is the mind and the other one is the intelligence. After senses will automatically follow. Senses will automatically go. The three places where lust is situated. One, senses, mind, and intelligence. So these are the three places where the lust is sitting down. Where is the lust sitting? Inside us, not outside us. Inside us, like that. and it's waiting for an opportunity to come up. So like that. So therefore, Krishna says, try to put your mind on me, apply your intelligence on me. That's the two big things. The senses will automatically follow. But we cannot do that. That is only for very, very high level devotees, like Arjuna, like the gopis. For them, it is possible. So like that, for us, it is not possible. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada has come and he has shown the way. He says, you follow the principles, the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, which means chanting. That is very basic, very important, very fundamental, very foundation of our bhakti, foundation of our devotional life is chanting the holy name of Sri Krishna. and chanting means chanting on the beats. That's very, very, very important. So like that. And then when you start chanting, automatically you will start following the 4 regulative principles. Automatic. It will come. Tap, 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 it will come. Because when you chant, your senses are purified. நம்மளுடைய புலன்கள்லாம் புனித நிலை அடையும். நம்ம ஜபம் செய்யும் பொழுது என்ன ஜபம்? அந்த மாலையில ஜபம் செய்யும் பொழுது. மாலையில ஜபம் செய்தால்தான் நம்மளுடைய மனம், நம்மளுடைய புத்தி, நம்மளுடைய புலன்கள் எல்லாமே புனித நிலை அடையும். நம்ம மாலையில நம்ம ஜபம் செய்யாவிட்டால் நம்மளுக்கு அந்த பக்குவம் வராது. பக்குவம் வராவிட்டால் நமக்கு புனித நிலை அடைவது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். So it is very, very difficult if we do not have the discipline. So that's the reason why Srila Prabhupada has given us the chanting bits with which we have to chant. Very important. And of course, those of us who are already initiated, we have our rounds there. 16 rounds we must complete. So like that. So with that, automatically 4 regulative principles come. 4 regulative will automatically, that means our body is getting purified. Only when the body is purified, then only we can have bhakti born in our heart. நம்ம மனசுல பக்தி பிறக்கும். நம்ம உடல் புனித நிலை, நம்ம புலன்கள் புனித நிலை அடைந்த பிறகுதான் நம்மளுடைய மனதில் அந்த பக்தி பிறக்கும். இல்லாட்டா மனதில் பக்தி பிறக்கவே பிறக்காது, அறவே பிறக்காது. சில நேரத்துல பக்தி மாதிரி வரும், ஆனா ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு அது தாங்கி இருக்காது. Sometimes if we do not follow what our gurus tell, then it will sometimes may appear like bhakti, but it will not last long. It will disappear after some time, or at the first sign of attraction, first sign of temptation, the bhakti, the so-called bhakti will take a backstage. So like that. So there's a reason why we have to follow, and then our senses are purified, our body is purified, our mind is purified, and then we will proceed in our devotional life. So like what Prabhu said, I will not talk about the Mayeva Manadatswa so much, because I'm not in that stage. And also it's for very, very high level devotees like our sannyasis, our gurus, so like that. So they will may be able to explain much more than that. But I got some ideas. Like for example, I went to pilgrimage. And a lot of experience, a lot of things I saw. It was like a shower, like a rain shower. A shower of bhakti just pouring and just purifying. It was such a wonderful experience that I had. So last 27th of January I went to Mayapur. So of course I wanted to go to Vrindavan. My aim was to go to Vrindavan, but before going to Vrindavan I thought that I must go to Mayapur, because everything is Mayapur. Everything is originated in Mayapur. First of all, Radha Madhava, they are my Ishta Devatas. So when I first saw them many years ago, I fell in love with them, and from then onwards my mind always has been attracted to their lotus feet. So I thought that I should go to Mayapur and ask permission to go to Vrindavan. So I went there and I saw how many of you who have not gone to Mayapur and Vrindavan, please put up your hands. Yaru Mayapur Vrindavan ponadilla? Okay, yaru poirukkinga kay podunga? Who has gone? Okay. Those who have gone and those who haven't gone must go again and again. Two reasons. If you have not gone to Mayapur and Vrindavan, then realization of bhakti is not there. அதாவது பக்தியை உணர வேண்டும் என்றால் நம்ம பரிகிராம் செல்ல வேண்டும், நம்ம புண்ணியஸ்தலத்துக்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். முக்கியமாக மயாபுரம், விருந்தாவனம் நம்ம சென்றுதான் ஆக வேண்டும். அங்க பார்க்க வேண்டும். அப்பொழுதுதான் நம்ம உணர்வோம், பக்தியை உணர்வோம். இல்லாவிட்டால் அது ஒரு தியரி மாதிரி. Bhakti will become a theory only unless you go and experience it there. In that, that's number one. Number two, those who have been there, I am giving you a warning. You have to go again there. Why? What is this warning? The warning is that it is disappearing. It actually is disappearing. When I went there, I don't know, maybe the first time I went there 20 years ago, and I went there now, a lot of changes has happened. When I went there in the beginning, there were 4 forests. Then later when I went there, forests were not there. Wheat fields were there. Wheat fields and what is that? Mustard seed. Mustard fields were there. Now I go there. Mustard seed fields are not there. Wheat fields are not there. Apartments are there. So it's disappearing. It's becoming smaller and smaller. The Holy Land is becoming smaller and smaller. It's according to scriptures only. Scriptures telling that it will disappear. But scriptures telling in 10,000 years. It says like that. Or other, I think in about 7,000 odd years. So like that. Because already 5,000 gone already, So maybe another 5,000 years, like that. It will disappear. But actually I am seeing a big portion disappear. Like that, So anyway, I went there. I met saw their lordships Radha Madhava, especially Mangalarati. You all must go Mangalarati. Very important. You go to Mangalarati, I can bet with you. I mean, we're not supposed to gamble. But still, I'm willing to take the risk of gambling. I can bet with you because I don't think it's a gamble. When you go there, Mangalarati, they open the curtain. When you see Radha Madhava, I guarantee you, automatically tears will come down your eyes. I guarantee you. Is there? And you can ask those devotees who went. You can ask them. Every one of them, they would have had tears come down. What is the reason? Don't know. But suddenly a burst of love will come from the heart. So like that. Then you must go and experience yourself. I am here sitting here talking to you is useless. You must experience that yourself. So anyway, I saw their lordships there. And the other wonderful thing, very important thing is what, and after Mangalarati, this is called Sadhu Sangha. Wonderful Sadhu Sangha. After Mangalarati, because you're free. You don't have to go to work, you don't have to, go and send the children, all that you don't have to do. You are there now, you are tracked ready. No excuses anymore. So you are forced to go to Mangalarati. And after Mangalarati, there will be hundreds of them sitting there chanting their rounds. And you also will sit there and chanting your round. And that is Sadhu Sangha. That is real Sadhu Sangha. And then you finish your rounds. Everybody will finish your round. You will feel so wonderful. So like that. And then after that, every time I go to Mayapur, I'll go to Rajapur because Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadra is there. There are very wonderful stories about Rajapur there. This Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadra in Rajapur, they can give you almost whatever you ask for. Almost whatever, not $1 million falling from the sky and whatever. They will give you if you can handle that. Most probably you cannot handle, so they won't give you. So like that. Everybody, even the Muslims there, actually Rajapur, the temple, all around are only Muslims. And all of them protect the temple. Actually all the Muslims there, they protect the temple. So like that. Why? Because they themselves go and worship there. The women don't have children, they go and worship there. Women get children. Children fall sick. I'm talking the Muslim people. The children fall sick, they go and worship there, children get well. So it's that kind of environment there. So you have to go and see for yourself. Now I'm not telling you to go there and pray for somebody who's sick or to get children. I'm not telling, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you. You go there, pray for bhakti. So like that. So anyway, I went there. And then after that, I went to, of course, if I'm going to go to Vrindavan, the personality who introduced Vrindavan to the world is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do you know, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world, nobody knew about Radha Krishna worship. Everybody only knew about Krishna worship. You will go to Vrindavan also. If you see all the old deities, all of them only Krishna standing there. Radharani came later, came only after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So he is the one who broke the secret, who broke the secret and shared with the world how to worship Radha and Krishna together. After that, only the worship of Radha Krishna just exploded in this world, like that. And then you notice another thing or not, before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you look at the Gurus. They are all very great personalities, no doubt. But after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the Gurus are all Gopis and Manjaris. All of them, the Sat Goswamis, all the Gurus here, all of them are actually the spiritual world Gopis. So they have come after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced the worship of Srimati Radharani, Radha Krishna. After he introduced that, then the Gopis all came because they want to worship Radharani. They are not interested in worshipping anything else. One time Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami say, but no, we don't want to worship Krishna. We are not interested to worship Krishna. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said, we are worshipping him only because he's giving pleasure to Radharani. That's all. If he didn't give pleasure to Radharani, then we won't worship him. Look at that. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So it's that kind of gopis who took form in this material world as gurus to show to us. So therefore I thought I should go to Yogapit and bow down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His parents are there, so bow down to them like that. Then I went to Srivasangan. Srivasangan is not different from Rasastali. Rasastali means the place in Vrindavan where Krishna and the gopis did rasa dance. So it is the sweetest place in Vrindavan, rasa dance there. And that is the height of bhakti. Dancing with Krishna is the height of bhakti. And the same thing is here in Srivasangan. As a secret, not simply anybody can go. So as a secret where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his followers, they will prostrate off and then they will dance there. They will sing and dance there. So therefore I thought that this is the place of prema. This is the birthplace of prema bhakti. So I thought I should go and take obeisance there. Then I crossed the Jalangi. So you have Ganga here, and then you have Jalangi, the sister river here, Jalangi like that. So I crossed over to Jalangi, and then I went to Surabhi Kunja. Okay, Surabhi Kunja, what is the importance of Surabhi Kunja? One is Bhakti Vinod Thakura. He wrote his Jaivi Dharma. The book that, if you have not read the book Jaivi Dharma, you must read it. You must buy one copy, keep at home, and read Jaivi Dharma, because it's a practical illustration of the various stages a soul will take as he is developing his bhakti. So you have to read that book. So anyway, that was written by Bhakti Vinod Thakura, Jaivi Dharma in Surabhi Kunj. But another very important thing was there. Nityananda Prabhu, he developed Namahata system there. That means preaching system. How to preach. He developed that system there, which later turned into Bhakti Vriksha. So like that. So therefore I thought that I should go there and take my obeisances. And then I went to Mahavaranas. Okay, that is the what you call Harihara Kshetra. Harihara Kshetra. You go there. That's the only place. I don't know, bro. Only place where you have Vishnu and Lord Shiva half. As far as I know, that's the only place. You can see one half is Vishnu and the other half is Lord Shiva. And then on Vishnu's side, you will have Lakshmi standing there. And then on Lord Shiva's side, you have Durga Devi there. So like that. So I went there, and then behind the temple is one river called Alakananda River. So on the left side of the river, that is where the temple is. That is called Mahavaranas. What's the difference? Do you know that if somebody dies, Varanasi means Kasi. Varanasi, Kasi, Banaras, I don't know, there are many names, I think. So like that. So in Kasi, if somebody dies in Kasi, Lord Shiva will come running. Lord Shiva will come running. And then the person who is dying, he will go to the ear of the person and he will say Rama, Rama in the ear. And because the person heard Rama, Rama while dying, he goes Vaikuntha. So only in Kasi, a Shiva Bhakta can go to Vaikuntha. Outside, no, only in Kasi. So like that. Why? Because Lord Rama will come running and tell in his right ear. He will say Rama, Rama. You say like that. Now this place, the other side of Jalangi, in Navadip, there this Harihara Kshetra, that is called Mahavaranasi. There, if somebody dies there, Lord Shiva will come running also. But he will not say Rama, Rama. He will say Gauranga, Gauranga. So when he says Gauranga, Gauranga, this person goes directly to Goloka. So it's a two destination. So like that. So I went there. I took the Alakananda waters, worshipped there. Then of course I didn't want to miss out. I went to Narasimhapalli. Very important. Okay, because I must get all the protection while going to Vrindavana. And while in the Vrindavana also I must get protection. So who is better to protect than Narasimha Deva? So like that. So I went there. I went to Narasimhapalli, did my prayers there. And then beside Narasimhapalli is a Tirtha, a lake there. That lake is called Mandakini Lake. Okay, so that lake there. This is the lake where Lord Narasimhadev, after he killed Hiranyakashipu, okay, yes, after he killed Hiranyakashipu, his fingers were all filled with blood. So he wanted to wash his hands. So all the devas came running. They came ahead of Lord Narasimhadev. They dug a lake there and filled it with water. So he came there and he washed his hands. Now I want to give you a small pre-warning. All these holy places are also found outside. Okay, are also found outside. But in nowadays, all of the holy places are found inside also. So it's very important. Like Kasi is there, here also got Kasi. You have Govardhan there, here also nowadays also got Govardhan. So all the holy places, important holy places that are outside are also found. So if you go to Ahobilam, for example, there Lord Narasimhadev came and washed his hand there. Okay, I've been there. So he came and washed his hand, but I didn't see him wash the hands. Okay. So, but for the Tirtha, this thing came, fell because it's a kind of a lake up there, and then raining weather, what happens is from the lake, water will drip down the hill. So there's a path here, and then this water will just, fall on your head like that, and that means you don't get rebirth again. And the same holy place is also found here in Navadi, and that's called Mandakini Tirtha. So I went there. So having done all of this, then I went to Vrindavan. Now I had this one aim. My aim was I wanted to do parikram around Govardhan. Doing parikram around Govardhan is very difficult. Why very difficult is because no guide will come. All the guides, they don't want to come. They will say, you come in car, we will go one round by car, but they don't want to walk. The last time when we walked also, I had to go and find the guide, and then the guide refused to come. Then he found another brahmachari who was willing to come. Then finally the brahmachari came. Then we went one round, and then also I think many of you all remember that brahmachari was scolding all the way. He was scolding us. Why you also slow? Why you also slow? And he was walking like I don't know what express train or whatever. He was going like that, and then you turn around. Why so slow? He was scolding us, like that, So because they don't like to walk. They don't like to do the parikram like that. But I wanted to do. I had enough of going around in car enough already, over already. Now I've got only a few years to live, so therefore I must do as properly as I can. So that was my aim. Whatever it is, I want to go. I want parikram. So I went there. There was nobody willing to do it. So anyway, in the meantime, Dinabandhu Prabhu, he is a very very wonderful Prabhupada disciple. I mean, very very pure devotee. He's just living. His whole soul is in Vrindavan. So like that. So he was conducting some tours. So I thought, meanwhile, I will join the tours. So the first day, we went to Raval. That's where Srimati Radharani appeared. On another day, I will talk about Raval. The stories there that I heard there. So we went to Raval, and then from Raval, then we went to in Raval itself. That's the only Radharani temple in the world, not in the world, in the universe, where you can find deity of Radharani, like a girl crawling, a little girl crawling. Everywhere else you will have Radharani standing like that. Okay, but that's where you will see a small baby girl Radharani. The only place in the whole universe you will find that. Okay, so like that. So you all don't ask me, Prabhu, how you know the whole universe? You went all there. You don't ask me like that. Bandhu told me, so I am telling you all. Okay, he told me, so I am telling you all. Okay, so like that. So anyway, then opposite of the temple, the temple is here. Then it goes down a little bit. You have to walk down like a valley. Then you then you have to walk up a bit. And there's a very beautiful garden. You go into the garden. There's a kind of like a temple. There you have Radha and Krishna on a swing. So you can go inside and you all did that. You all came into. So you can pull the swing like that. And then it was morning time, so we had our breakfast there. And I tell you one thing, I think some Mataji all will disagree with me. I don't know. When I went to Mayapur and Vrindavan, they gave me khichdi every day. Also, every day it's wonderful. I just, it was just taking Amridam. The khichdi was Amridam. But some of them they say, "Na Prabhu, they don't khichdi put it where only theriyada." So they were telling me that. No? But anyway, for me it was like it was like nectar. But they had something, I do not know what it was. Oh, I went with a group. Most of them were Russians. I think one whole bus was Russian, and then a half a bus was some people from South America, some people from this country, that country, this country, like that, or half of the bus, so like that. And then of course one person from Malaysia, so like that. So this 1.5 buses. So we went there, and it was very wonderful. They really, the prasadam was unlimited. They just kept giving and giving and giving and giving, and also, everybody kept eating. I also kept eating, and eating and eating. Somehow I never seemed to feel it was so wonderful, but it was very, very cold. Not the prasadam, the weather. Okay? The prasadam was very hot and nice. Okay, the weather was very cold. Really, really cold. You have to wear 3-4 layers, and then you have to wear, the sweater that is, but no holes one. Like you cannot have knitted sweater like that. It has to be really tight, cold sweater like that, and then cover up. You have to cover up. And then I was wearing, face mask. I had to wear face mask because I'm allergic to dust. So I was wearing face mask and all that. And then, but the prasadam was really, really wonderful. So like that. Then after that, we went to one place called Brahmanda Ghat. That is where, I will keep this very short. That is where Krishna, ate the mud and showed his mother, opened the mouth, and the mother saw the whole universe in his mouth. That was shocking, but more beyond than that, she saw herself also in the mouth. So she was like, "Oh my God, I am there. How is that?" So like that, so she became disturbed. She became like, "What's happening? Is there some evil spirit went into my son?" She's like that. Yasoda Mai is what now? My son, he's my son. That's it, finish already. Don't come and tell me Supreme Personality God, in the Kadana Vanda. Okay, he is my son. So like that. So maybe sometimes the Deva will enter him and then he can do some wonderful things. Okay, but he is only my son, that's all. So when he shows this kind of thing, she's thinking, "Oh my God, some evil spirit must have gone." She's thinking like that. So always something went in. Okay, something went in there. I must protect my son. So like that. So she was very, very worried. So she was walking around. So there's another place beside that is called Chinta Harana Ghat. So she went there. She sat down there. Why it's called Chinta Harana? Chinta means worry. The Malay word Chinta means love. So they I think they got it wrong. Some Gujarati guy would have come and say, he would have said Chinta, thinking of my family. I'm worried about my family. He would have said Chinta. So like I go, oh, he loves his family. So maybe they got it a little bit, like that. There are a few Malay words taken from the Indian languages that slightly, the meaning a bit different. So anyway, so like that. So Chinta means worry. Harana means remove. So Chinta Harana means removing all worries. And I'm telling you, you go sit down there, all your worries are gone. Because it's so beautiful. From there you can see Yamuna down. It's up here. From you're standing here, you go down the steps, you go there, Yamuna is flowing. Fields far away, you can see for miles. There's few beautiful trees there. On the trees, parrots, all different kind of birds and all that, peacock and all that. All these things, are there making sweet sounds and all that kind of things. So that's where our Yasoda Mai went, and she forgot all the worries. She forgot about the problem and all that, and so that's why it's called Chinta Harana Ghat. Then we went to Utkal Bandhan, nearby also. Utkal Bandhan means actually the Damodara Leela was done there. When Damodara Leela was done there, even now they have got the Utkal means Ural. In Tamil, what do you call Ural? Varale. Okay. Oralu. Okay. Ural. So I say Ural correct. Comes to that. Okay, then I follow her. Okay. So Ural, So Utkal means Ural. Bandhan means tie. Bandham, Tamil word bandham. So bandhan. So bandhan means tie. Bandham na connection lah. So like that. So the place where that Ural is some broken Ural is still there. So we went, took business of that Ural because it was tied. Krishna's body touched it, so like that. So like that. Then I was so fortunate. I was in the temple, and one devotee came there. I started talking to him. He started talking to me, and he said he will take me around Govardhan Parikram. So Govardhan Parikram is 24 kilometers. Okay, 24 kilometers. It took me about 6 hours to go one round. There are 70 holy places around. 70. If you see all the 70 holy places, it won't take 6 hours. It probably will take 6 days. So, walking itself is like, by the time you are finishing, you are like that already, So anyway, I walked around, and then, so there were some places we went to. We stopped at some places. So first we started, we bowed, we take ovations, then we went to Kusuma Sarovara. Kusuma means flower. Sarovara means lake. Yeri. In Tamil you see Yeri. So like that. Yeri. Yeri means river. Yerida. Okay, so anyway, let's get back. Okay, da? So let's get back. Okay, so Kusuma Sarovara. Now in Kusuma Sarovara, why it is called Kusuma Sarovara? That time when Krishna was there, behind the lake, there was a big forest of all flower trees. Naturally all flower trees. So the gopis would come there to collect the flowers. To prepare for the evening meeting of Radha and Krishna. So when they meet, they have to decorate Radharani first. So the gopis will go and decorate, put flower here, or all kind of thing. And then also she wants garland to put for Krishna. She also wants that. So to get all of that, they will go and collect. And also the lake will have lotus flowers there. So if they want lotus, also they can pluck from the lake. So the gopis will come and pluck from there, and then they will prepare. So one time, Radharani was there also plucking flowers. So Krishna came there. Then he saw Radharani there. Okay. So what he did, he looked at the tree that had most flowers. So he climbed up the tree and he hid there. So Radharani came. She saw, oh, this tree got a lot of flowers. I want to pluck. So what Krishna did, he went up on one of the branches, big branches. He stood there and he pressed the branch down. So he pressed down the branch like that. So Radharani came and she was plucking. So when she wanted to pluck, he will take his leg off a bit so the branch will go back down. So she's like jumping, she's trying to jump. Then he will press again, he will come down again. Then she said, so she will reach out to the thing and then he will take the leg off a little bit. Then she cannot reach it. So one time what he did, he pressed it down. So Radharani took this branch and keep going back up now. So she strongly held on to the branch. She strongly held on to the branch to pluck. So when he saw her strongly holding the branch, he quickly took off his whole weight. So the branch shot up and she was hanging out there. And she started calling her friend, help. So all the gopis came running, how to bring her down, they don't know how to bring her down. So Krishna quietly climbed down behind. He climbed down behind, he came there, he asked the gopis, what's the matter? Then they say, Radharani, I can bring her down. He said like that. So they'll say, okay, you bring her down. So what he did, he told Radharani to let go. So Radharani let go, he quickly grabbed her. And she came down and then he didn't let her go. He was keep on grabbing. So she hit him. Let me go, she said like that. So all the gopis were clapping, oh, Krishna saved Radharani. But Radharani kept scolding him because she suspected that he had something to do with him. So that happened there. And then after that, Krishna said, okay, never mind, no need to scold me. I tell you what, I will comb your hair. He said like that. So the gopis all told, no, that one no need. We know how to comb her hair. I don't think you have any experience in combing hair. You will make a mess of it. Never mind, we'll comb. But Radharani wants Krishna there. So she said, never mind, let him comb my hair. She said like that. So they went to one place. So Krishna started combing Radharani's hair. And then he started to braid, the Jadasir, he started to braid. So he was doing that. But Radharani said, I want to see whether he's doing it properly or not. So bring me a mirror. So the gopis brought a mirror. So when she took the mirror to look, she wasn't looking whether he was doing the jada or not. She was wanted to see his face. So in the mirror, so she looked his face and he was able to look at her face. So like that. So that way they had a very wonderful pastime. So that place is called now, there's a small temple there. It's called Radha Vana Bihari. Okay, the temple there. So that also happened in Kusuma Sarovara area. Okay, and then also Narada Muni, he was very interested in the bhakti of the gopis. So he read a lot and he practiced a lot. But he wanted to experience. So he went and he meditated upon Vrinda Devi. When he meditated upon Vrinda Devi appeared. And then he begged, my dear mother, I want to experience that. So Vrinda Devi said, the only way you can experience is take part in the rasa dance. So she told him, you go to the Kusuma Sarovara and you take a bath, she said like that. So he took So he said he took the bath. When he took the bath and came out, he didn't come out as Narada Muni. He came out as a gopi, a very beautiful gopi. And the gopi's name is Naradi. Okay? Narada became Naradi. So like that. So he was very surprised. Now he's a girl now, like that. So now Vrinda Devi took him. Now you come. So she took him to where the rasa dance was happening. I told you the rasa stali. There, and said, now you go in and dance. And so Naradi had such a wonderful time dancing with Krishna, singing with Krishna. I mean, a lot of gopis, and he also was one of the gopis there, dancing and singing, and such a wonderful experience of prema that Naradi had. Then after that, then Vrinda Devi took Naradi and said, now you go and dip again in the Kusuma Sarovara. When she dipped again in Kusuma, before that, Radha and Krishna, they talked to Naradi and said, we are very happy with you. We want you to write about bhakti. They gave instruction to Narada Muni. So then when Naradi came and took the bath and came out again, this time back as Narada. So what he did, he went and stayed in a place today, it's called Narada Kunda. So when he stayed there and he wrote this Bhakti Sutra, Narada Bhakti Sutra, on Bhakti. So he wrote that. so that one happened. Okay, and then Uddhava. This one I'm talking only Kusuma Sarovara. After that, I'm not going to talk anymore because it's already time. Another time I can talk the other stories. So, Uddhava is a cousin of Krishna. And he looks exactly like Krishna. 100% like Krishna. The only difference between Krishna and Uddhava is Krishna has the peacock feather, Uddhava doesn't. That's all. They look exactly the same. So like that. And they are very close all the time. They are like twins, all the time together. Anything Krishna wants to do, he will talk to Uddhava first. And then only he will do it. So like that. So Uddhava was thinking that, I am the closest to Krishna. I have the best love for Krishna. That's why Krishna always come and consult me. You see, like that. So he was thinking like that. So Krishna sent him to Vrindavan. You go to Vrindavan, the gopis are crying for me. You go and console them. So Uddhava went there to console the gopis. And then he talked to them. But one thing he found out, the love that the gopis have for Krishna, the love that the Brajavasis have for Krishna, is so unbelievable that his love for Krishna is so tiny. He felt that his love for Krishna is nothing compared to the love of the gopis and all the other Brajavasis. He was so humbled. What is this love? I cannot understand. I want to understand. I want to experience this love. So he, while he was consoling them, all the gopis were crying and crying and crying. And then they were crying so much that they formed a small pond like that. Small pond like that. And that one today is called Udava Kunda. It is there, And if you go and take bath, it's Krishna Prema. Because the tears of the gopis. It is Krishna Prema. So I went there also. Anyway, coming back to our Kusuma Sarovara. So there at Kusuma Sarovara, what called Udava, he said, I'm going to become a grass here. I want to become a grass. I want the gopis to run all over me. I want their food, I want their dust, food dust to touch me. In that way, I want to get some their prema. He said like that. So there is certain grass today. If you go there, that grass is actually Udava. So you can go there, but don't step on that grass. Okay. That grass, don't do that. So like that. This is only one part. There are so many other wonderful stories that I heard as I was going around. It took me 6 hours. It was such a wonderful experience. Even now, my mind is still there. Actually, to tell you the truth, I still haven't come back. The body has come back, but the mind is still there. So anyway, thank you very much. It's already time. Thank you very much. Another time we will talk some more. Hare Krishna.
Hare